see if there was any testimony for number one. Steve had graciously told me that that was going to be postponed because you didn't have a quorum, so I appreciate that.
I saw your note here, Diane. Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Okay. Okay. The last one on our list to consider this morning, to consider reduction in front yard and side yard setbacks and a reduction in the depth of landscaping for a property located at 58 6th Street Southwest. And who is here to speak for that?
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
Before you begin, I have advised the applicants that they can give testimony today, but no decision can be made, and they'll have to come back next meeting.
Okay, I think we've established that, and you wish to give your testimony this morning, so go ahead and take the podium and give us all the details here.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. My name is Randy Wall. I'm with KLJ Engineering. I'm the municipal group leader here, new guy in town. It's good to see you all. Thanks for coming out. I know you're going to continue the meeting this morning to next month. I just wanted to say that we've worked very closely with Mr. Josephson and the planning department and Leonard Schwint of the building department, and we've got all the issues worked out, and we're in full agreement in regard to the application. And I know this is going to be continued to the next meeting, but that's really all I had to say. And I just wanted to be here to answer any questions that you guys might have.
Okay, questions from any of the board members? It sounds like you have things pretty well under control, and
I believe so, yeah.
And really don't need permission from this board. Is that correct?
They will need next month for the.
They will need.
They will
okay.
need, yes, because they had asked for 3 variances. Staff is recommending approval on 2 of them. So yeah, they will have to come back next month.
Okay.
For the board, the BOA will be required to grant variances to them. Or
Okay.
to act, I should say, to act on their request.
Okay. Any questions, comments? I guess I don't have any. Is this kind of the same situation we had with the Rowers building east of the spur on the west side of town?
Well, no, go ahead.
For the record, Ed Quirton, Community Development Director. Yes and no. I mean, let's see, I'm trying to recall that. You have better memory than Larry.
There's on the north side of that street, there's a residential housing area.
Correct.
And then they wanted to bring trucks and so forth out through that area.
Very similar to that. That's the reason that we are opposed to any variance on the west side, which is the one that abuts the residential. The same situation as we had for Roars, where we,
Okay.
if I recall right, we allowed them to have their front facade to be commercial and commercial design. They could have the sidewalk, they could use that as an entrance, but they could not have the trucks pass through to get onto that road that was abutting the residential. They had to go interior site for that. Exact same situation here.
Okay, and that turned out very, very well, I think.
Absolutely.
It looks great. So
The whole idea behind that is to try to protect, we have the transition. You have your natural conflicts between residential and commercial. If you have residential on one side and commercial on the other, and that commercial has the ability to be able to use another access point, then why not use that access point that is commercially zoned than a residential area where kids could be playing, where you're trying to make the compatibility of both districts acceptable for both parties. So that's the idea behind that.
okay, okay, very good. Yes.
Yeah, Randy Wall, KLJ. I just wanted to concur with Mr. Quirton on what he just said. We had asked for a reduction to the setback on the west side that was contiguous to the residential zoning district, but after discussing that with Ed and with Leonard and with Steve, the applicant, the owner agreed that it would be better to have a 20-foot setback there. And plus, we have no encroachments on that west side. Everything is to the south or to the east, which is where all the commercial stuff is. So I think it's going to be a really good project. Actually, after we got done working with the city and we revised it and took a look at it, I think it's going to be a really good project, so.
Well, thanks. I think that your rendition, your architect's rendition looks good, so be nice to have that west side kind of shaped up to meet the residential area, and that looks good to me. Scott, or? Okay, very good. I really appreciate you coming, and sorry that we didn't have a quorum here to make a decision for you.
Well, that's quite all right, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a month, okay?
Okay, thank you. Anything else to come before the board? Scott?
Mr. Chairman, Steve, I think in the Benson application, I think we might be missing part of one of Miss Melby's letters. There's 2 letters. One of them looks like it's just the second page. I don't know if you're going to reprint this for next month.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thanks.
Anything else? Anyone else have any testimony? For or against any of these? Okay, thank you all for coming, and we will adjourn for this morning.
Yeah, which page is that?